These are the notes that we will be using to review for Unit 3. Number 1 says write the inequality symbols for at most and at least. So if we're looking at most, it means it cannot be more than. So that means it has to be less than or equal to. If I have at most $20, I don't have more than 20. I know you think of most, you think of more than, but it's actually the opposite. So at most is less than or equal to. And if I have at least 15 minutes, then that means I have more than. I have 15 minutes or I have more than 15 minutes to spend on something. So the signs are opposite of what you normally would think they might be. Number 2 says write the inequality 7 times x and y are at least 20. So I know there's a 7, there's multiplying of x, and means addition, y. Our symbol for at least is greater than or equal to 20. The only catch here is that if we're multiplying something that's being added, we are going to put that in parentheses. So 7 times whatever this is at least 20. Number 3 is an inequality. We're going to solve it like an equation. To get rid of a divided by 6, I'm going to multiply both sides by 6. So x is greater than or equal to negative 42. Number 4, same idea. Oh, there should be an x with that negative 20, if you would put that there for me. And we're going to divide both sides by negative 20. I'm saying things and not writing what I'm saying. Divide by negative 20. So I have x, and I know a negative divided by a negative is a positive 5. But since I divided by a negative, my inequality sign has to flip to not be greater than or equal to, but it's less than or equal to. So that's an important thing. If we're multiplying, or that says mult, or dividing by a negative, flip sign. Flip that sign. Number 5 and number 6 are literal equations. We're just going here to solve each of these for y. So we have the same idea as solving an equation, y being what I want to get by itself. So 2 is going to be the last thing I get rid of. So to get the other thing that's here is this 6x. So I'm just going to add 6x to both sides. I have 2y. And it's equal to, I can't combine these together, so I'm just going to write the 6x plus 28. But I also still have this 2 with this y, so I'm going to divide everything by 2. That's 3 things that get divided by 2. Y is alone then, and it's equal to 6 over 2, which is 3 x's, and 28 over 2 is 14. We got a similar situation here in number 6, except for we're going to have to distribute first. This 1/3, so y minus 3 doesn't change. It's equal to 1/3 x minus, and then 1/3 times 6. 1 times 6 is 6. 6 divided by 3 is 2. So 1/3 of 6 is 2. And then nothing is over here. Oh, excuse me. Let's draw your fence. Nothing over here has an x to be combined with this 1/3 x over here. And since I'm still getting y by itself, the only thing with y is this 3. And I have to add it to the constant. So y equals that 1/3 x, and then negative 2 plus 3 is 1. In number 7, which equation represents, or what is the relationship shown in the table? We are going to, in your calculator, go into Stat and Edit. Go ahead and plug in your numbers. The x's go into L1, the y's go into L2, and then you're going to Stat, over to Calc, and number 4. And you need to plug in for A and B. So if we had y equals ax plus b, but a was 10 and b was negative 20, that's what my calculator showed me. Your answer has to be 10x minus 20. This is the correct equation for this representation of this table. This is a linear function. All right, Lawn Care Company charges a $25 trip fee plus 20 cents per square foot of X square feet of lawn for fertilization. Which equation represents this relationship? Well, I've got a rate of change, and I've also, that's the thing that's changing per square foot of X. That's going to be my rate of change. That will be the number being multiplied by X. Plus I also, there's that plus word, plus I also pay a trip fee of $25. I don't pay $25 every square foot. That's why it's not getting multiplied by X. And you can just put your y equals in front. Also a linear equation. So even if I ended up not putting any, getting any lawn fertilization put down, I'm still going to have to pay the $25 fee for them to come out there and assess my lawn. So I'm still having to pay that one-time fee. And in 9, we're also going to determine the equation from, this is now a graph. If you'll remember, we're going to rise over run. I'm here at 1. I'm going up 1 and up 2. So rise 2. That's plus 2. And then I'm going to the right. I'm going 1, 2. If you want to see it on the bottom, it's the same way. So right 2 is also positive of running 2. 2 over 2 is 1. That is my rate of change. Y equals 1x. Plus, where does it cross that y-axis? At 1. There's another way that you can do this, and that's in the calculator. You should have seen here that there are 2 data points for you. The points are 0, 1, and 2, 3. You can also put this into L1 and L2 and make this into a table in the calculator. So in here, we in stat and enter. Let's clear that out. Stat calc for 1x plus 1. And that's exactly what our equation was. It's very important that you're able to put this in as a table or reading that line on that graph. This was plus 2 also. Okay? Beautiful.